But yeah, it's an opportunity to ask questions, to have comments. Maybe there are some things going on with your site, with your business that you need clarification on. I would be more than happy to address that live on the chat. And I'm also going to do a quick shout out to some existing clients that I've worked with. I've had the pleasure of working with. We just share this out. Share this link. And we'll get started. I should do live on Facebook too. I forgot I have that. What can I do live on Facebook? I guess I could do it on this phone. Okay, I need more stands. All right, let's get started. All right, so see you there. I'll post the links. If you're on Instagram, remember follow us, jthig57. That account is going to be going live as well. All right, peace. All right, greetings and welcomes, folks. Give me 1 second, just finish setting up since we are now live. We'll be broadcasting. Small presentation before we get started. This is why people need a team. It's always good to have help. Make technology work for you. All right, we'll just post it. And then we will go live on Facebook. All right. All right. So if you are joining us, thank you. Let me just start with this screen share. Okay. All right. So if you are on YouTube, you can see my screen. It's just a splash screen that talks about what we're doing today, right? So I'm bringing back this session, which is called Make Technology Work for You Wednesdays. That has been my long-time slogan for my business, Just Right Technology, where I help my clients, entrepreneurs, and small business owners alike make technology work for them. This is an opportunity where I share some information with you that I typically share with clients, which is around a suggestion or a piece of advice that will help you make technology work for you in your business. I am streaming live on YouTube and Instagram as well as Facebook. So you will see me shift my head and shift my angle every once in a while, but that's just to ensure that I'm reaching the full audiences that I have. So as always, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. My name is Jason Thigpen, and this is Just Right Technologies. Make technology work for you Wednesday. Okay. So I want to start out because I had a really good October. Even though we were experiencing a pandemic, had some really good client sessions and worked with some really great people. And I want to start out by shouting two of those clients out in particular. Um, let's go to that slide. Oh, first, so let me start by giving you a little insight if this is the first time you're hearing from me, telling you about the business and why, if anything, you should listen to what I have to say, right? So, Just Right Technology itself has been in operation since 2007. But myself, as an IT professional, I have over 20 years of experience working in the field. And I also have 10 years of experience as an educator and an instructor, both working in public and private schools, as well as spending some time at a charter school. Okay, now to the point. The two clients I want to shout out, give a special thank you for their business as well as their effort and motivation to continue to push forward as entrepreneurs. Are first Cheryl Donald from Brooklyn Marriage and Family Therapy, PLLC, and the second is Courtney Gaines from Just Gaines LLC. Uh, you can find them at www.brooklynmft.com and www.justgains.com. I'll provide both those links and the video notes. But those two clients were a pleasure to work with in October. With Cheryl, we actually did a total refresh of her website. She was operating on Facebook. And so what we did is we redesigned the entire site. We added new photos. We also worked with some of the written content as well as sprucing up the way her logo looked. With Courtney already had an account with a website builder, Squarespace. So we just really offered her consultations where we advised her on the best direction to go with her website as far as the design and layout, as well as some marketing and SEO strategies, which really brings me to the crux of why we are meeting today. Now, whenever we have a website engagement with a client, we focus on 6 areas that we believe you need to have complete before you launch your website. And this is just a snapshot of what those items are. So first we have your message. You need a brand message. A lot of people create businesses and they create logos and color schemes, but they never spend the time to figure out what their brand message is. What are you communicating to the people that you're marketing to? Second is content. How do you manage your content? Whether that is written content, if you're a blog writer, or whether you just have a service-based business and you need to verbally communicate the things you offer, that needs to be consistent and it also needs to be clear. So whether you are writing the information yourself or having somebody else fact check it, as well as check for errors, you need to have a system in place so that you know what to do every time you have to upload information. But if you're a photographer, or maybe you are just a e-commerce business, so you have to provide images and pictures of the work that you have or the products that you provide, having really high quality, high resolution images are really, really important. So some people don't understand the difference between a good photo and a web ready photo. Those are things that I help clients recognize, right? Being able to identify even from a photographer, because there are a lot of people who have equipment and know how to take great pictures, But when it comes to actually uploading and transferring those images to the website or to the internet, that's where there's a little bit of a gap. Analytics, data analytics is very important. Most platforms, even social media platforms, provide you with basic analytics, but most people just don't know what to do with it, right? What do I do with analytics from Instagram if I'm not a business? Well, you use them to gauge not only how people are paying attention to your posts, but you want to use it to figure out how consistent you do post. Some people don't recognize how many times they post a day. And just a very small change or adjustment can really allow you to have a big difference. SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. A lot of people do provide this service as a one-off, which I would suggest if you have budget and you also are in the space where you can pay for marketing on your website. I would pay an SEO specialist, but in the very beginning, if you're a startup, I always suggest doing as much as you can for free in order to boost your SEO rating. And there are basic things that we talk about in our engagement. Marketing. Marketing is just how it sounds. The effort you put in to actually promote your business, right? Some people do paid ads, which is great. Some people pay Google AdWords or AdSense. Those are also great services. But once again, I suggest for startups, people just getting their foot through the door, to really experiment with as many free options as you can. And then lastly, your design. A lot of people might feel like your design or your layout should go first. You should think about how you're going to present your website. But without figuring out all the other things, you're actually in a really bad position to build something that people actually want. You got to do a little bit of research to what people are already responding to, and you also have to connect that to some of the other items that we've covered already. All right, so that's the checklist that we go over with Just Right Technology in any website engagement. But I do want to talk to you specifically about one and give you a little bit of advice, and hopefully that will lead to good results. So, marketing. Marketing is always the toughest subject to talk about with clients because marketing is a huge industry. Number one. Number two, you can have a wide level of experience in marketing and still be doing it really really wrong. Reason being is because we're not paying attention to the basics of marketing. And so what I've done here is I've broken down the term marketing strategy, right? So focusing on marketing, marketing very simply is the action of promoting a business. Whatever steps you take, whatever process you follow, that is your marketing steps. Those are your marketing actions. And then your strategy is really just a plan of action. What action? Marketing. So when you put those together, regardless of what it is, understanding how you actually execute it and making sure you do it consistently makes the biggest difference. So for a lot of existing businesses, you're probably doing something right already and just don't recognize it. But once we recognize what those things are, which is what we do in our engagements, we take the moment to say, hey, let's put a little bit more of a formal process together, one that you can follow, one that you can remember, and then get real consistent with it over 30 days to 60 days. And let's see what the results are. Because then what you'll recognize is not only will you have the footing to develop a good marketing strategy, but you would have prepared your mind to actually work with a marketing specialist if that is the path you want to go down. So that's really what marketing strategy is all about. The one advice I would give you, especially if you are a existing business or if you are just starting out, you've probably spoken to somebody about your business verbally. You've probably had a conversation with them, or you've probably, at the very least, done a little bit of research and you've asked what direction you should go in or how to go about things, right? That's a good idea, or that's a good step in the direction of finding out where your marketing strategy or what your marketing strategy does for you. So, case in point, a lot of brick and mortar businesses do not ask their uh, customers how did they hear about them. Is this your first time here? You'll hear this in restaurants. But very rarely do you hear this when you walk inside of a supermarket or a laundromat or something of that nature. If you are the owner or proprietor of that business, you need to be making sure that you understand why people spend money with you. Because in a down market or in a down period, you want to be able to recognize what I can do differently to either make more money or repeat some of the things I've done in the past to stay consistent. So that's really, really huge. I think paying attention to what you've done in the past and what you do well are great ways to figuring out how to build a marketing strategy. I would do this by asking customers, as we just spoke, right? The idea is, hey, how did you hear about us? Is this your first time here? These simple questions can give you answers that make you recognize, like, okay, wow, like I didn't even recognize that people were spreading the word about my business. So I need to double down on that effort. I need to find out how I can get more people to continue to spread the word. Or maybe they saw your ad. Maybe they saw something you posted or something you've done a long time ago and you never did it again, not realizing that you were actually getting a return from it. So those are really two simple questions that you can ask customers or people that you've spoken to about your business to figure out if you're going in the right direction. But hopefully you really understood what I was saying. Let me just check in and see if we have any questions. The idea is to provide you some sort of value so that you can walk away with and actually use in your business. I do cover all of this information a little bit more in detail at our webinars, which if you go to our website, it's jasonthigpen.com/webinars. I actually have one coming up this Saturday, November 7th, and then another one on November 14th. The webinars are free. It's just informational sessions where I talk about the six checklist items that we just covered for our website engagements. And they just give you an opportunity to hear directly from me the approach, the strategy, and actually sort of how we go about it and where the end goal is for you and your website. Once again, it's jasonthigpen.com/webinars, and I'll post it just so that we have it in the chat. And you could do, if you do me the favor, right? If you did enjoy anything that was said today, definitely like, comment, share this information. We will do this every Wednesday, where we give folks just a little bit more insight into what we do at Just Right Technology. The folks on YouTube, you can see this presentation. I do have my Venmo QR code. If it was helpful and you feel so obliged, definitely please go ahead and donate and support the effort. Um, there are other ways to support as well. You know, if you don't want to send a donation, we do have a merchandise page on my website where you can pick up a T-shirt or a hoodie with the slogan "Make Technology Work for You." It's a great way to help us keep this effort going. As I mentioned, this is really just me making sure that I'm providing as much value as I can, not just to existing clients, but to all prospective clients and to the community at large. So thank you for watching. It was a pleasure. Make sure you join us next week, Wednesday, same time, same channels, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. All right.